Okay, so we're wanting to make a blog, and this could have quite a few entries, so we clearly don't want to show every single entry on the page. We'll start with a simple HTML page, and then we've got the schema and an example of what the blog will include, so put a few records in there. Next we're going to connect to this database. So I'm assuming you know how to do this already. It's just a simple connection, creating a record set, path to the database, quick select of the records, and then we're just going to print out every blog title and then close it. Now if we have a quick look at what the page looks like, you've got a long list of just titles. This obviously will increase in size every time you add a blog item to it. So we'll want to create a way of paging through them so that not every single entry is on each page, so that the page loads quicker, it's less cluttered, and it's easier to look through them all. So we'll start by adding a few variables. Now, it doesn't really matter where you put these, we'll just stick them here. So we'll first want a page count. Clearly this will be the number of pages in the record set. Next we need a record count. This will clearly be the number of records in the record set. Next we'll have a page counter. So this will keep track of the current page we're on. Next one will have a record counter. So this is the counter used to iterate through the record set. And then two last variables for the start and finish record. So clearly the record we're starting on and the record finishing on, so the user can keep track of whereabouts they are. Next we're going to add a few properties for the record set that we've got. First one's the page size. Now this can be changed to whatever you want. You could even give the user the option to change it on the page, like you've seen in other websites where there's a little drop down saying how many records do you want to show. We'll just set this as a set amount at the moment. Want to set the page count to the actual page count of the record set, and the record count to the record count of the record set. Yes, there's the record count properties can be a bit dodgy at times. Don't always need to use it, but for this example we're just going to allow it. Next we need to do a couple of checks. to make sure that you're not before the start or beyond the end of the record set. If you are beyond the end, we're going to set the current page equal to the last page of the record set. If you are before the start, set the current page equal to the start of the record set. So that's a simple few if statements. So if we check what page we're on, it's greater than the page count. And we want to set the page to be the total page count. Also, if page is less than or equal to 0, and we're on the first page, set it equal to 1. Next, we're going to set a few other things to make sure that we can tell the user whereabouts they are, and they won't get lost in all the records. So clearly, if the record count's greater than 0, we actually have records in the record set. So set the page we're on. Could spell would be dangerous to the page we're on there. Set the start to where we are in the record set in that page. Now simple as that. Now we've just declared where the start and finish time records are, so we want to tell the user that information. So if we just add a quick line here, just stick it in a heading tag, it doesn't really matter which one. And the finish page, finish record. There we go. Now, before we were just looping through every single record in the record set. Now that we've added the paging and we've set the page size to be 5 and record counts smaller per page than the total amount, we need to change this loop. So if we get rid of that, we'll have a for loop. So we'll go from the first record to the page size, so 1 to 5. Right, the information we want for that record. Don't forget to move to the next record. And then if we get to the end of the record set, then we'll exit the for loop, as we have no more records to loop through. Right, so we've got that bit done. Now, how are we going to move to the next page? Well, this will first check to see if the current page is greater than the first page in the record set. If it is, then add a previous link. So we have page greater than 1. Then we know we're not at page 1, so we want to add link here. Because that would be -1 because we're going back. And then close the link off. Next, we want to check whether the current page is less than the last page in the record set. If it is, add the next link. So, similar if statement, just the opposite obviously. And that. And then just simply clean up and close the record set, and you've got a fully working paging example. So if we have a quick look at that now.